I guess since we didn't have audio before, I'll try this again. Hey everyone! Welcome to our Q&A. We're here to, we've been having some brief technical glitches this morning, which seems to be a running theme.
Pumpernickel. Did I?
Yeah, so...
Did I jump the gun?
Yeah, but why don't, we're just
my
here
cue?
to hang out and to answer any threshold-related questions you guys have, or I guess any D6 Mafia-related questions in general.
Yeah.
We'll answer anything.
Well,
Anything.
Ask us anything.
And if Pamela refuses, I will answer for her.
No, you will not. Oh, Casey's favorite bread is sourdough.
Sourdough. However, I did go to Costco and I got like the king roll, the Hawaiian king rolls.
Yeah,
and
those
man,
are
those
good.
things are like you can toast them. I put like barbecue.
That's what I love about
meat on
Doghouse
them.
is that they use those
Yep,
as their
yep.
buns.
That's it. That's
I've
all.
been there in a long time.
I went there.
Are you eating baby food? I just
Yeah.
like what is this?
my mommy packed this for me at my lunch. It's applesauce in a pouch.
It's
So it's baby
It's
food.
called Go-Go Squeeze.
Go squeeze!
Wait, I thought that was just like a. Oh my
one
god,
of
that's
our-
actually what it's called.
one of
I
our
thought-
sponsors. Try
No,
Go-Go Squeeze.
no, it's not. Go-Go Squeeze sponsored the Oscars. No.
My
Museum,
office.
I went as a kid and was like, "This is what the astronauts eat in space," and it's a lie.
It is. That's
Yeah.
right. That
You know,
should get
Stephen.
everywhere.
Easter Bunny's
It's
not
really
real
good,
either.
though.
Oh,
I knew that.
I still like
Yeah.
crave
Super
it
tasty.
sometimes.
It's like that chalky.
Yeah, the chalkiness.
Like
I'm just
chalky, chocolatey. It's like eating solidified yoo-hoo.
Oh, don't get me started on YooHoo. Okay, now I'm started.
You're
on
started.
Somehow not. A
So
dairy
my
product.
last year of college, no, my first year of college.
I was gonna
The
say.
end of my first year of college, I had a bunch of like leftover meal points, and they had this little convenience store where you could like spend your bonus points.
Yeah.
So we had so many extra, and we were like going in, and I was just like treating everyone I knew, which was like, "Come on in." He's like a drug dealer. Like he leans over the counter to us, and he's like, "You know, you guys can get this stuff in cases, right?" We're like,
Oh god.
yes. So we ended up getting an entire like if you were a store and you wanted to sell peanut butter M&Ms, we got peanut butter M&Ms, Reese's Pieces.
Like a case though.
Yeah, a case. Like if I was a grocery store and
Yeah,
I
like
wanted
it's
to
like a
sell
pallet.
it, and then we got an entire pallet of YooHoo chocolate drink. And I don't know when the last time you guys had
Chocolate
YooHoo
drink.
was.
Recently, actually.
It's not good.
It is not.
I like it.
It's also not. It's also.
The thing is,
you
like-
think it's chocolate milk, but it's not.
No,
it's
not
not.
good.
It's like
YooHoo.
chocolate water.
It is
Yeah.
yoo-hoo, period.
Yeah.
It's like chocolate milk for lactose intolerant people.
Yeah. Well, anyway, long story short, we ended up eating and drinking that for like our entire finals week. And it was pretty much all we ate and drank. And we were like getting angry at each other, like me and my roommates. Like we were like really
Getting
snippy.
irritable.
Yeah, we were irritable. We called it the Reeses Madness because of all the Reese's peanut butter cups. That was the other thing we got, is Reese's peanut butter cups. We ate so many of those, we call it the Reese's Madness time. But we had to finish them because it was like we were leaving to go home. Well, otherwise we'd be throwing them away, and it's like, well, we should just let the bonus points go.
When you like think back as like an adult,
Oh, it's
like
disgusting.
you realize. Well, no, I'm thinking more like you realize that like those points were like hundreds of dollars worth of food.
Oh yeah, right.
Like
Well,
the
I
point
should've-
system is like some weird bartering thing going on.
Yeah. Well, exactly. It was you had a certain number of meals for the week, and then the bonus points were for you to be able to spend.
Right.
Which it's like we should have taken the bonus points instead of going to the Dollar Tree. That was we went to the Dollar Tree to get Stars and Stripe cola, which I thought was pretty good until I like had a sip. Oh my God, is this what I've been missing? Like,
Stars and Stripes.
Stars and
What's this
Stripes is Dollar Tree's brand of soda.
They have a
It's
brand?
$1 for a 2-liter.
Oh my goodness.
Stars and Stripes cola.
A
All right.
dollar for-
Dark times.
all right.
We didn't get to Steven or Pamela's favorite bread.
My favorite type of bread is potato bread.
Same.
Okay.
There, we're done. Great.
Done.
No, potato bread's great.
What?
It's sort of like white bread, but you feel like it's a little better than white bread.
It's just
Yeah,
less
yeah,
calories.
It's enriched.
More calories. Yeah.
I have
Well,
a follow-up question based on the YooHoo thing.
Oh, okay.
Like what, like kids' food item do you still like indulge in.
Lunchable.
Yes. Mine is pizza Lunchables. I still buy them
No.
and eat
God.
them.
What?
That's not pizza. That's like the opposite
I
of
know
pizza.
it's not
That is
pizza.
like
It's like a giant communion wafer covered in like
covered in
too
amazing
sweet
pizza
red
sauce.
No.
Amazing, delicious
What's like-
Tombstone pizza sauce.
you're like the Boboli pizzas. They're kind of like that. They're like
Oh yeah.
similar.
I also get the Totino's like party pizzas.
Tortillas pizza roll.
Pizza.
the pizza
Nope.
rolls?
Nope. I refuse to eat
Tortillas,
pizza rolls.
pizza rolls.
My
So good.
my freshman year of college, I was living in Washington. It was just three of us, just three guys, and the only thing we went to Costco for was. We would just like at first you'd throw 8 or 10 on a plate, and you're like, okay, cool, this is like hold me over while you're playing Mario, Dr. Mario, and then
This is when you were in gaming school, right?
this is when I was at DigiPen, and then it was like, and then you throw like 12 on there, and then it was just like freaking, it was just an arms race at that point until you had like 30 pack of like Totino's pizza rolls, and you're just like, rah, rah, rah.
While you're playing Dr. Mario.
Yep,
That's
competitively.
such a stereotype. Let's see. What about? I guess I don't really have many like child foods that I still.
I mean, I still have the sweet tooth. So I
Yeah,
still like.
Sure.
I don't know if
Candy.
that count. Like I don't know if Oreos count. I don't buy them, but work gets them. Have you seen the new flavors of Oreos that they've had recently?
No.
Only
They
because
don't exist.
Casey eats them all.
When me and my cousin, when I was living at my aunt's house, me and my cousin would every night we'd or once or twice a week, I'd come home and we'd have some weird flavor of Oreos, and we'd play either Call of Duty or we'd watch The Walking Dead, and so we've continued that tradition, and now. Like we had red velvet ones the other week,
Oh,
and then
wow.
Velvet Oreo.
Cinnabons, and then he brought like
They're getting insane.
they were like ding dong
It's
flavored
gross.
ones. where it
I
was
had
like,
Rice Krispie
sweet.
flavored.
ooh,
Ugh.
Rice Krispie flavored Oreos.
Ugh.
They were interesting.
Sounds gross.
our worst
Yeah.
one was
Rice Krispies are
watermelon.
pretty good,
It was
though. I
like
do like
white
Rice
Oreos, and there was like
Yeah.
it was like green and
Especially
pink
homemade Rice
on the
Krispies.
inside. It
Ooh.
was so gross.
I don't know if those count though as like a child.
Yeah,
food.
I don't.
I'm thinking like distinctly.
Yeah, like Go-Gurt or
Yeah.
I don't.
Like craft singles.
Or
If
maybe-
you said
okay,
that you
or
just
maybe I
buy
know
Oh,
one
them-
of
I do still
talk
use.
about-
I'd still do. Kind of roping it back here. Okay, so potato bread, right? Cut a circle out of the middle. Fry an egg in there.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So you got egg in the hole,
Sure.
but then you put a little bit of cheese on there, and then another slice of bread, and then you turn that into a grilled cheese. So it's egg in the hole, grilled cheese,
I like it.
and that's
extravagant.
really good.
I want that right now.
I do too.
I don't know.
Let's. We're
right,
done.
we're
We're
done. I
Um,
don't know if I have anything. I mean, other than like I have a sweet tooth, or I used to go to McDonald's a lot as a kid, and I still go to McDonald's. But other than that, like
It's okay.
Do you get,
Congratulations.
do you
You're
get
an
Happy
adult.
Meals?
I do not get Happy Meals. I'd still eat a chicken.
But only because the toys suck now, right?
Oh yeah. It's always like
Do the toys
Like if the
suck?
toys were cool now, like
Do the toys suck, or have we just gotten older and what
I think no,
fascinates
they
us?
used to get like cool like I don't know like
Hot Wheels.
marketed-
I don't know, Hot
Like
Wheels.
Pokeballs.
Like
Yeah, like they
That
would
was
get like
cool.
the
No, that was
Pokeballs
Burger
and
King.
stuff.
That was Burger King.
Well-
Pokey balls with the gold thing. That was cool.
That was Burger King.
I know, but
I had to buy that for
That
you.
was
Well, was
awesome.
cool.
Though.
Oh, my
That
poor
was
parents
awesome.
during the Pokemon craze. I must have been a nightmare. It's like I need booster pass.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one
Now that we're
comes
warmed up.
from the Halfwit Hassling. That's
Oh,
their
hey,
Twitter
halfwit,
handle.
hey, halfwit, halfwit, halfling.
Okay.
It is.
Rasper's Twitter campaign ended at a different spot than the new season started at. Why?
So the Twitter campaign was an experiment. Originally, Josh and I planned to just like keep it going and just tweet back and forth. But as soon as you miss a couple and you sort of lose the thread of the story, like if you don't respond like in 20 characters,
Kind of kills momentum.
yeah, the momentum. And what I planned to do was convert that then into tweets. I converted it all into tweets, and I scheduled most of them to hit up. There's I don't know how many there's left. I didn't end up scheduling because really it just sort of I wasn't really hearing a lot from the community or anything like that because it's a lot of work to like type them and tweet them and put them up there.
Yeah.
And so didn't really know that there was anyone interested or anyone following the range. So if there are, I apologize, and I can put the rest of the tweets up there. I'll put them up on the wiki. But really, it was like, who am I doing this for? Am I doing this for people who are actually like interested following the story? Because they're really, if people were reading them, I had no way of knowing that because I don't necessarily know that unless
You put them up on the
there's
wiki,
some
and
engagement.
then,
I think we will. I'll put them up.
too.
Put them up on the wiki because there's some interesting, obviously, people that are like, wait, so Bel's dead in the range timeline and all that, and it's like, yeah, well, there's some explanation for that, but thought it might be. I'm trying to make sure that you don't need to read the range timeline stuff to understand the story that's happening within the,
Right. I
within
think
the main continuity.
playing the dread game and then kind of writing off of that was a great way to wrap that because I think that the other issue besides the momentum was we had a little bit like lost writing action going on where we didn't know like how much time there was between.
Right.
It was hard to conclude that kind of format.
Right.
It would have just gone forever.
Yeah, exactly. It's
and
like
way off into tangents and all sorts of.
Right. It's okay. So we know that we're probably gonna have Rasper fight Rasper, but how long does that? How
do you stretch that?
Yeah. How long do you stretch
Because
it?
we started that in like what, like August or
May.
something.
Oh,
was
May.
it last May?
It was last May. Yeah, because it
Yeah.
was at the conclusion of the the conclusion of our finale. Yeah, Rasper it has been gone almost a whole year.
Wow.
Pretty close to it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Jonathan SV would like to see the rest of the Twitter campaign.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll dump it on the I'll dump it on the wiki and I'll tweet out a link for the people who want to see it. There's too much more, but I just that's really what it came down to is that there wasn't a lot of, it felt to me anyway that there wasn't a lot of interest. If there were people following it, I didn't know about them or no one was talking about it or anything like that. And so it's kind of like, well, this is a lot of effort for basically for a vanity campaign. So
Sure.
so I just stopped scheduling them. But I'll put the rest of them up there on the wiki and I'll tweet out a link from my at DM Threshold Twitter. So if anyone wants to sort of see the end of that and figure out where we are for the start of the new ranch timeline, we can do that.
Okay, so another question. This
great.
is from Morgan Reynolds.
Hey, Morgan.
Hey.
What goes on with Young Z? After the Threshold Sunlight episode, she was preparing for a long journey across the desert or something.
Yeah, she was.
No spoilers, but is she coming back?
Yeah, Young Z's coming back. Figuring out the best way to manage that whole story. I'm looking over here at Casey because he's definitely involved. I think we're gonna see. We're definitely gonna see Young Z pretty soon because she our sort of sister campaign because we sort of do the most crossing over with them. And it was really fun to play on that. But I definitely there's an arc that I am looking at for Young Z, and we'll see her and hopefully Clarion pretty soon. I think I figured out the best way and time to do that here. Actually, just driving on my way over here. So hopefully pretty soon.
Okay. This one is from Kurt Marker. Can you talk about the production changes this season? Walls, mics, new cameras. Hopefully the new things are working.
Do you want to talk about that?
No, go ahead, Josh.
Okay.
Go ahead. I mean, this is your
Josh
house.
territory.
Great. So we first awesome question. I'm glad people are noticing. So we decided that now we have some Patreon money coming in, that we wanted to put that back into the show as best as possible.
I'm just gonna watch it.
And so we started with kind of our like level 1 upgrade across the board. So part of that included some set work. We've got some sound tiles above us. We have a new set shelf here to kind of close off our set.
I'm sure you guys missed the staircase leading up from the basement, but this just gives us that extra.
And the big upgrade is a whole new sound routing system. Behind us is our new audio interface and kind of our mixing board. We now have wired lav mics that kind of free us from having to rent other audio kits. and just kind of let everyone have their own mic instead of using
their own channel. So Pamela isn't silent while
one
Brian is
one
over
person's
here.
loud, one person's quiet.
Yeah.
And then the next big step was we're moving to GoPros. So we're now recording off of 3 GoPros on one C-stand instead of a huge rig setup with webcams and switching. That means Eric here behind us doesn't have to be here live switching. We can do it and edit afterwards. And there's been a little bit of clunkiness getting into the new workflow, but
That's
we're
the delays. The files are now like.
those are delays.
How big are the files when they get kicked out?
Now we're about 100 with audio and everything. It's about 160 gigabytes per episode.
160 gigs per episode.
Yeah,
Getting shot into your eyeball.
and there's a little more work in edit, but it's been I think we pretty much have it figured out now. We got the first episode out.
We're tweaking some color correction. We're tweaking some audio levels.
Yeah.
But you can stream us in 1080p now. So.
Yeah, and we could go even higher.
What? We can go. Oh, we could go to what? 2K?
2160p.
I don't know if there's a demand for that.
I don't think there is. It'd be like 240 gigs per episode.
They want to be able to see the numbers on the dice.
On the dice.
Yeah.
Steven, that was a 4. You said it was an 18, but you rolled a 4.
I think it's
Hate man.
it's good. We talked about maybe hanging some audio blankets and doing some other stuff to kind of even improve what we have with our new kit even better. But
Yeah.
We are definitely on our way to cinematic perspective.
Just and the ability to the biggest issue I think for us shooting is scheduling people, because this is sort of just a hobby. So we all have day jobs, and because a lot of us work in entertainment, that means that our day jobs are not necessarily like 9 to 5 Monday through Friday. So like Brian and Kevin can't be here because they're both working, but person to do the live switching of the episode. While that does add a little bit of edit time, it also means that the edit time can happen at the convenience of you guys. So so those are our exciting upgrades. And
Okay. So Erasmus said, prior to Threshold, what are each of your most memorable characters from previous campaigns? I'd like to start, only because mine is probably back when I was playing in college. We played a campaign called the Isles campaign with Steven DMing. And my friend and I played a brother and sister duo, and we basically the entire thing started off, we only knew what our class was, and we were starting in a boat. And that was it. Like, when we had like a map of what the general islands looked like, and that was all that we had.
You
we
didn't
have
even know
names.
you were brother or sister.
We didn't even know we were brother and sister. Like, that was like one of the first things established, and it just kind of escalated from there. And so it was probably one of the best campaigns that I've ever had, because it was just a lot of fun. Like, we eventually got this old wooden ship called Diversity that was run through a water elemental. That was what...
Bound water elemental.
Yeah, bound water elemental. We had this goblin named Charlie, which we probably resurrected, I think 5 or 6 times, because Steven kept killing him. Essentially, Charlie was Threshold's Kristoff. So imagine if Kristoff kept dying. We'd want to bring him back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the exact
Charlie
same kind of thing.
was that character that like I didn't. So when you guys see our first episode of our 4th episode of Rent, it's sort of like a petri dish situation where he was a bad guy where suddenly everyone felt super sympathetic for him.
Charlie.
I named him Charlie. He was originally just like an unnamed goblin. He got named Charlie, and so Charlie became.
Because he started being tortured, and then.
Yeah. One of the party members started torturing him, and so everyone felt really bad for Charlie. So he became like the full-on like ally NPC. But Charlie was like the guy who I knew if I killed Charlie, then that would spur them to action. So he just became like my. If I need them to do something, I'm gonna have the bad guy kill Charlie.
It was once to a point where he like killed him, and then he he put his ashes in something.
I tried to prevent them from resurrecting him, so I put a curse cleric who broke the curse, so he could be. It was stupid.
It was a lot of fun.
Is Petri Dish coming back?
I don't know.
Oh, he's coming.
He will start his own campaign.
Petri Dish, I'm sure will appear in some form. What we'll probably have to do is when we return to the main timeline.
We haven't aired that episode.
Yeah, we
yet.
didn't talk about that.
That airs
too
in
much.
in 3 weeks.
Maybe. We're not promising anything. That airs in the future.
It could be like next year.
How our production schedule's going.
Yeah, Petri Dish, I'm sure will come back in some manner. Casey's over here like, Petri Dish.
All right, Patrick, what about you?
Do you have a memorable?
What's your most memorable character from a previous campaign?
Back when I was playing 3.5, I had what were those? The fox people.
Kitsune?
Kitsune. Yeah, I had a Kitsune rogue named Akiva that was like a badass cutthroat, and I don't have any particular moments, but it was awesome. Apparently I like playing animal rogues.
Animal Rose.
Question is an amazing question for a bunch of D&D players. So my most memorable character is an I played this elf ranger named Wilden Vel, and which is where I've gotten like most of my elven characters have last name
right.
Vel.
That's right, because
That's right.
Clarion was originally named Clarion.
Clarion was originally a half-elf bard named Clarion Vel. Got into this arena, and like you'd have to fight like 4 teams at a time, and then like others, and it was just like there was just no way to stop this guy. And his bow did like it was like holy +5 flaming, and cast flame arrow. And
Yeah.
We're just
Right.
And then in 3.5 they had weird feats like life and Dungeons and Dragons.
That's so interesting how that worked out with because Kevin named his character Vel,
Which made independent of Clarion Vel. Yeah.
Things.
Started so aberrant.
Yes.
Tweet them at me.
Okay. Working on my map.
That looks great.
Holy crap.
Do you have a map of Marrington?
Not like within it.
Oh,
No.
okay.
Actually, I do.
Sorry.
You can come all the way down into the scale. came into game. Then after that, a friend of mine